Especially in the sub-counties, according to the IGP, every
bench has brought you insightful discussions on governance, security, healthcare, justice, and commerce.
Why do you go through this complicated procedure, involve the lawyers? You bring the case against him, the judge will hear you out and pass judgment, and you're out of court in record time.
We remain committed to keeping you informed and engaged on key national matters.
So these are huge, these are powerful organizations which now Uganda chairs. Why don't you come together?
If we haven't migrated to the e-card because of various reasons, including that not all the people of Uganda have smartphones.
You can sit in your house, apply for a passport.
If you have a Ugandan who has a successful logistics firm in the US, it means he can come to Uganda and do a lot more.
Every Monday at 8:30 p.m. with me, Jethro Kasaiji, your interface with the government only on your public broadcaster, UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Good morning, Uganda. Thank you so much for watching UBC TV. If you are just joining, you're welcome. Thank you so much for choosing UBC TV. If you started the show with us, it's an honor, and still, thank you so much for choosing UBC TV and to wake up with us. This is Good Morning Uganda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba. It's time for The Real, and 0709602592 is your WhatsApp number by text to communicate so that we are able to engage, share your opinions, ask those questions. Now, this morning we are looking at matters public relations. Now, public relations is the strategic practice of managing how information is shared to build and maintain a positive public image. Now, Now, the word strategy alone is enough to inform you that not everybody can take on that route of public relations. That means there are experts and those who are good, extremely good at it to take on such roles. And this morning we are recognizing innovation and impact in public relations. The President of Public Relations Association of Uganda, Miss Irene Nakasita, is here to have this conversation with us. Once again, engage 0709-602-592. Good morning, Ms. Nakasita.
Good morning, Julian. Thank you for having us.
Indeed, a pleasure having you. And when we talk about recognition, recognition obviously comes with some form of award. But before we even get into the aisle of recognition, please do tell us what Public Relations Association of Uganda is about.
Thank you, Julie. A very good morning to you all, Ugandans, and thank you for watching UBC. Thank you for choosing to watch at such a time when the PR Association of Uganda is live and on today. We are a professional body that brings together all public relations and communications professionals in the country, be it people working in the private sector, be it people working with the government, non-government organizations, but all communications and PR practitioners belonging to this association called the Public Relations Association of Uganda. Next year, Julie, we will mark exactly 50 years of existence in Uganda. So it's such a big professional body that has been in existence for long. And over the years, we keep growing because many new people are born and their passion is comms and PR. They come and join. And we look at people who are already in the profession, but also the students, because we have people who are undertaking mass communication as a course, PR as a course. We do receive them as well. We mentor them, we support them, so that by the time they even get out of school, they are ready to practice, and that is why we exist.
Very profound. 50 years is such a milestone worth celebrating. Now let's look at the awards, and that is the Proud Excellence Awards. Speak more into this.
The Proud Excellence Awards are an opportunity for us now to recognize people who are making impact, people who are adding value, adding a building block into the profession. So we have several categories that we choose, and then we invite the practitioners to make their submissions and entries into this particular competition. It's a competition, for lack of a better word, just to help you appreciate that we don't just wake up and say, Julie, here is an award, except for one category, the Lifetime Achievers Awards. That one, it's at the discretion of the governing council to look at a person or people who have actually lived a taste of life in the profession. And so we have our own judging criteria internally that we look at and then put our people on a weighing scale and say, okay, this year we feel it should go to so and so. But all the other categories that I'll mention really in a few minutes to come, we have a criteria that is set by our panel of judges. These are experts in the market, professionals who have integrity, who have done this work before, who have been in the practice for so many years. They are of repute, and we believe they are doing already a good job. So that one is, the criteria is managed by judges. They are normally not mentioned, just to make sure we keep the process quite as authentic as possible. And then we allow the judges to really scrutinize. People put in certain entries. You could be a PR person yourself and you feel in this category I must be the best or I am the best. So we allow you to make your entry and then it's scrutinized. Now the judges are able to tell us who has won, and those are the people we recognize. But then the different categories call for different entries and submissions. Therefore, it's not one yardstick for all. And it's not cast in stone. We always look for innovation. What are you adding on, like what new thing are you really bringing on board? It's not the usual, I maybe showed up on TV 3 times a year. That doesn't make you qualify for an award. But there are people who are doing a lot of creatives, people who are putting a lot of thought process into this, people who sit every year and say, this year, this is what I want to do for my organization. There are people who are doing internal campaigns, external campaigns, people who are doing, there's a lot of work that goes in, and so we allow people to bring their innovations and compete with others. And then the panel of judges is able to select the best, and those are the ones we reward. So the Excellence Awards are rewarding excellency, but most importantly, innovation. Yeah.
Little wonder now that informs the theme, recognizing innovation and impact in public relations. But it's the Proud Excellence Awards. It's what we're having a conversation on. 0709602592, especially if you are so psyched and excited about everything PR like I am. So for me, this is quite the conversation and the highlight this morning. Now, what are some of those categories that shall be on for this year's Proud Excellence Awards?
Those ones, please allow me refer to my write-up because I don't want to miss any category. Because people who have been following have actually, this is not the first we are doing. We've been doing them for some years, but this year we added some. So allow me read for you. We have the Young Communicator of the Year. Yeah, that one is different from the Student Award. So we have the Student Award and the Young Communicator of the Year.
What's the difference?
So the Young Communicator is somebody who is practicing, new into the profession, new in the market. Yeah, whereas the student is an ongoing student, just the way you hear it. Like I told you at the beginning, we normally go to universities to encourage these young people to grow in the profession through their academic work. So we have students who are doing mass communication, who are doing PR in the different universities. That is how we have practitioners go in to even choose those that they can mentor. So along the way, there are those who excel in as much as they are still students, and so they qualify to make submissions.
Kindly allow me interject there. When we talk about young communicator or even students, is there a limitation of age?
Yes, of course, a limitation of age is there. For young communicators, we allow those, okay, we look at your level of practice. Of course, we believe students normally leave university between age 21 to 23 or 24. So those are really young and they are just fresh from the university, but practicing and excelling.
Right.
But there are those who are still students. Of course, we don't go for masters. We normally go for undergrads if we are awarding young. So we believe the people who are already doing masters are a little older and they have been there. So those ones, we allow them to take part in the other categories.
And then there are those who choose the route of still doing PR, go back to school on undergrad.
On undergrad.
For PR.
Yes, but at least with the age is around 21 to 25.
Right.
Those are the young communicators. Yeah.
All right. So please dig into more other categories.
Just allow me get there. So the other category is media relations and media management campaign. We have the event or experiential campaign, internal communication or our employee engagement campaign. That's normally in the company or industry itself. We have the crisis communication campaign, the CSR, this is the corporate social responsibility, and the ESG campaign, public affairs campaign, corporate communication campaign, not-for-profit campaign, corporate or online publications campaign, social or digital communication campaign, PR agency of the year, there are agencies that are doing PR, then the overall PR campaign, then the Lifetime Achievement Award, and that one, like I said, is done or selected by the internal governing council of the association. But just allow me help you appreciate why we choose all these categories, because PR is really broad. It is quite broad, and people choose different angles that they want to follow, where their passion lies. There are people whose role is just to think, just like a business development person. You wake up and you're like, what kind of business should UBC do beyond just news? And you're like, okay, since we have this much space, I believe if I set up this conference, it can be hired out. And somebody comes up with a lot of creative around this space and turns it into a business venture. There are those we call thought process people. Now, there's a lot that comes into public relations. Somebody wakes up and identifies a problem in the company or in the market or profession. And they say, okay, how do I turn around this problem and turn it into an opportunity for somebody to appreciate. Yeah, it could be a challenge. I'll just share an example. I work for the Uganda Red Cross Society, and we are a not-for-profit. And one of the campaigns I once submitted before I became the president, because then we won an award, but I want to share how I packaged it. Uganda Red Cross did some work around 2019, 2020, 2021 around a challenge of menstrual hygiene kits or management kits in schools, where many girls were simply dropping out of school because they lacked pads. And so as an organization, we thought it right to think around solutions towards this particular problem. So for me, being a communications person, I turned it into a campaign. So problem of lack of menstrual pads, we began engaging the public, the corporates, to support girls to keep in school by just collecting the sanitary pads and taking them to the schools. Then we realized actually we need to create awareness around this. Now, do you see how PR and communication comes in? We began doing awareness around this. We packaged a proposal or a concept that we could share with different companies, but then we realized going to them every other year to ask for pads was not sustainable. We thought it wise now to turn it into an initiative that we can do ourselves as Red Cross, and so we began production. Now, when we began production, what began as merely CSR has turned into a long-lasting solution. Now we make our own pads, reusable pads in Mukono. And so today we are able to say what began as merely CSR is actually a long-term solution to addressing girls' problems. And the campaign, we called it Keep a Girl in School. Do you see? We are saying girls are dropping out of school because they lack pads. How can we support them? A campaign is developed, and this now a lot of content is coming into play, content development, the messaging, the packaging, the relaying. Do you see now we say give us space on TV so that we speak to Ugandans about this. People are going on social media to make sure the campaign is being promoted, make some noise. Maybe somebody's choosing an influencer to come and equally add their voice. Another person is buying space on TV to promote or talk about their product. And at the end of the day, you start measuring. So when I start measuring, I should be able to come back and say, what merely began as this has grown to this level. And now the evaluation comes in. How is your campaign performing? How is your campaign faring? What were your objectives at the start of this campaign? How far have you gone in terms of achieving your objectives? Okay. Exactly. What is the impact? That's why we are saying we are measuring impact. Impact is long term. It's rare that you're going to measure it in a short period of time. But also, how have you impacted their lives, or how are you changing the girls' lives? Since you said you're supporting the girls. These campaigns are measured, and for us what turns out is as success is measured against the set objectives. That is how people compete, and the other judges will say, okay, these people are saying they have done this, how was it fared? Is it a success really? Do they deserve an award? Okay, if they don't find anyone deserving, they will say we did not get anyone deserving in this category, therefore we will not reward. So that's how I said it's really a complete package, and the packaging does matter, and how it impacts life, how it's the innovation level. That's why I said we look at the uniqueness around what you're bringing on table for us to say you qualify for this kind of an award.
Very profound, and I really, really appreciate you for taking us through that detail, because now it brings the picture, it makes the picture clearer. 0709602592. We are looking at recognizing innovation and impact in public relations as we look forward to the Public Relations Association of Uganda Excellence Awards that are coming in just a few days. A detail that indeed Ms. Nakasita will be painting a picture on. When and where is the event? Okay, thank you so much, Julie. Our event will be at the Protea Hotel in Kololo on the 4th of December 2025, starting at exactly 5:30. That's this week on Thursday. This week on Thursday. Right. We want to see you there. Right. Don't miss, Julie. Indeed. You should also come and be part of us. Definitely. So it's something I should look forward to. But one would wonder who is invited to attend, and how much are they supposed to pay, or what is the criteria of being part of the event?
Okay, for starters, the association has members. So members are first biggest audience, and our members pay only 250,000 to take part or to come as attendees. Then non-members pay 300,000 shillings. A table of 10 goes for 3 million shillings. But then we also have sponsors. Those ones, we don't limit them. A sponsor might say, we are giving you 20 million, 50 million, 10 million, depending. And they normally, because of the sponsorship, they equally come with a specific number of people. And so we are happy to receive everybody. So here we are not limiting, since it's a celebration. We encourage everyone who wants to come, as long as you're able to make that small fare, pay it, and then you'll be eligible. Because we have goodwill ambassadors, we have well-wishers, we have people who love the association. People travel all the way from whichever part of the world to come and attend these awards. So we are happy to receive everyone who is interested and who wishes PRAO well, because we also want to grow. So we appreciate all the participation of members, as long as they can part with something. A small fare to allow us really organize, make sure you have something to eat, make sure we pay for the space where we will host you, and that is why we charge that small fare.
Is there a dress code to this
Yes,
event?
yes. The men are doing the tuscados, and then the ladies are doing the ball dresses or the gown dresses.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
so it will really be lovely. Come and slay.
Surely, indeed. It's about the time you dusted your tux as a gentleman and wore it for the PRAO Excellence Awards. And for the ladies, indeed, the ball gowns. What we are looking forward to looks like it shall be, it's taking us back to the Middle Age celebration or royal banquet kind of celebration. Now, what are your final remarks?
First of all, this is an association that we love so much, but most importantly, the profession. I also want to encourage you who has not yet joined this association to just make your choice now, because there's a lot that you're missing if you're not a member of the professional association. It may actually not just be PRAO, but all associations in this country. All professions have associations. When you belong, there are so many benefits, including your professional growth and development, networking. Julie, how much social capital do you have?
That's true.
Do you know a lot of resources are in there? People come and meet people. Young professionals come and get mentors. People who are already in practice get colleagues to network with and to read from. I can share an example, Julie. There was a time, okay, let me not mention an organization, but organizations normally get challenges. But how do they get out of this? They normally tap into the professional bodies to get support. If you're doing a crisis or you're experiencing a crisis within your company and you're wondering, how do we manage this? The association is here. People have a wealth of experience. You find people with 30 years of PR experience, 40, 20, 10. Somebody can give you advice, and then you're like, okay, with this kind of support, we can manage our crisis in such a way. And many companies do not invest in PR and communication until when they get a crisis, and they say, where is this PR people to come and manage this, you know? Where is Irene? If something is maybe at the Red Cross, let Irene handle this. It cannot only be when there's a crisis. There's a lot of investment that we need to put in from the word go. Actually, if you don't have any money, think around fixing a slight or a small portion of your budget and dedicate it to communications and PR, because what we do not say never happens. If you package your company and bring it forth to the public for people to know about it, you need a PR person on board. So I want to encourage people who don't value or fix comms in their companies to make a choice and think around it. But also, if you haven't joined the association, please reach out to us. You can go on our social media portals, PRAO. It's just PRAO Uganda. You may go to the website www.prao.uganda.org. Come join us, come and network with us, come and find a way of making sure you belong, because this is a body that you don't wish to miss. Next year, we'll be 50 years old, and we will have a big celebration, Julie. Mark PRAO at 50. We will have a lot of activities that we will do to help you, support you, but also support us as we grow together and also profile the public relations profession in the country.
All right, thank you very much. That is Miss Irina Kasita. She is the president of the Public Relations Association of Uganda, and she's been speaking with us regarding the Proud Excellence Awards that are happening on the 4th of December, which is this Thursday, recognizing innovation and impact in public relations. Make sure that you be part, as you've heard her call to action. Engage, be a part of it, because it's like living without breath if you are part of anything going on and there's no communications and public relations at that. That's it for this reel this morning. Thank you so much for being on the show. Up next is JMU Tourism Express. We do have business, and later on, of course, on the agenda, we are talking elections. So stay tuned and save that number, 0709 602 592. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day, don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda. Brought to you by
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Juliana have really
seen you day and night. I don't know whether your husband is not complaining. Because you are everywhere. Now you're in Kasese. I think tomorrow you'll be in Karamoja. You may get problems very soon. But at least now you can see Uganda's visibility. Because Uganda Tourism Board is supposed to be the face of Uganda. When we talk about exploring Uganda, let us show what people should explore. And I think you are doing it very well. And I have liked that type of partnership. Because that's what those people like Obita who have attended meetings where I am, I don't see why government is working in silos. I don't like it. I don't see why UCC should close UBC for non-payment of license. I say, where are you putting the money? You are closing UBC, but you are collecting that money, putting it on the consolidated fund. And UBC is getting that money from consolidated fund. And then I say, what is this? I don't like it. But now I'm happy that UTB can work with NITAU. And you cooperate, and then the Ministry of Tourism. And then the Ministry of Tourism patterns with the private sector. Taskalite Renzori Marathon. This is UBL, this is the Ministry of Tourism, this is UTB.
Juliana Kagwa from Uganda Tourism Board, standing here today at the Chikorongo Equator en route to Kasese, the Renzori Marathon. Really excited to be announcing the launch of free Wi-Fi courtesy of the government of Uganda today in conjunction with NITAU. This is a project that has started and will continue. We've been at it for a while, but today is evidence, is a testimony to what can happen when 2 or 3 strong government agencies come together. So this is a collaboration between NITAU, Uganda Tourism Board, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Ministry of Tourism, Wildlife and Antiquities, coming together to make sure that visitors to this part of Uganda can enjoy free Wi-Fi, upload their experiences in real time, invite others to come down to what we are calling now the Renzori Tourism Destination.
My name is Richard Obita. I am the Director of Technical Services with National Information Technology Authority, Uganda, representing our ED at this event where we are launching the free Wi-Fi at the equator here in Kasese, Chikorongo. We want to thank the government, of course, through the Minister of ICT for giving us this opportunity to partner with UTB, Uganda Wildlife Authority, Minister of Tourism and Antiquities for this great opportunity. We've collaborated in terms of connectivity, and tourism is actually one of those sectors that is very critical for our country. So we've supported it in terms of enhancing connectivity in this place. The tourists can then be able to instantly share pictures, live videos, and it is free Wi-Fi at this location, and it's going to be 24 hours.
I'm the Chief Park Warden of Queen Elizabeth Conservation Area, but as I stand now, my Executive Director, Uganda Wildlife Authority, is on the way for tomorrow's program. I think maybe later you can interface with him for more information. But I personally, on this project, I'm really very excited when we learned of this program, and we are totally into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kabyanga Godfrey Baluku, and I emphasize Baluku Chime. And I'm State Minister for Information, Communication Technology and National Guidance. First of all, I bring you apologies from my senior minister, the Honorable Dr. Chris Bariumusi, MP, who is in Kampala now. He would have loved to be here. Then my colleague, the Honorable Joyce Sebugwa, State Minister, is not feeling well. He has not been feeling well of late. So that's why I'm here alone. But I also bring apologies from the Minister of State for Tourism, Honorable Martin Mugara. We were together the whole of yesterday in Kagadi. He stayed in Fort Portal. I thought he would be here by now. but he tells me he had another commitment in Toroko, so he has delayed a bit. Let me first of all thank all of you for coming to witness this very, very important milestone. You know, when they were introducing NITA, they called them enablers, and you clapped for them. But let us clap for the chief enabler, President Yoweri Museveni. Yeah. Indeed, NITA are enablers, but the chief enabler who has made this happen is President Yoweri Museveni. And I think all of you can now bear witness to why we saved NITA. You know, all companies were rationalized, and NITA was on the list. But we struggled to save it for another 3 years because we had several projects that we wanted to first accomplish. And I thank you for leaving to the task, because now people can understand why we still said for you can remain for 3 years. And then I congratulate Juliana for raising to that task. And I would like to say, both of you, I think you deserved those promotions and postings. Juliana, I've really seen you day and night. I don't know whether your husband is not complaining. Because you are everywhere. Now you're in Kasese. I think tomorrow you'll be in Karamoja. You may get problems very soon. But at least now you can see Uganda's visibility. Because Uganda Tourism Board is supposed to be the face of Uganda. When we talk about exploring Uganda, let us show what people should explore. And I think you are doing it very well. And I have liked that type of partnership, because that's what those people like Obita who have attended meetings where I am, I don't see why government is working in silos. I don't like it. I don't see why UCC should close UBC for non-payment of license. I say, where are you putting the money? You are closing UBC, but you are collecting that money, putting it on the consolidated fund. And UBC is getting that money from consolidated fund. And then I say, what is this? And that's work of UTB. It's work of Ministry of Tourism. So join them. And I would like to congratulate that partnership, and I want it really to continue. We as government, we shall ensure there is peace and security. We shall ensure we get money, give it to NITA to improve the infrastructure. And we shall ensure there is money for UTB to invest in more visibility. More visibility. You know, there are some things which are really funny. If you go to Addis, I'll give you an example of Addis, because that's what I've experienced that. And you want to use free internet, you must first watch, I think it is a 2 minutes video. You cannot access free internet without watching that video. You're getting it? Because if you want to watch free internet, then you watch. You have to wait for, I think it's either 1 minute or something. Then after that, even if you force it, you will not. Exactly, you will not, you can't forward. So those are things now, that's technology. But that's something which we need to leverage. And now that's why I thank UTB working with NITA. Because even here, to access that Wi-Fi, you first watch one national park at least. You first watch elephants and lions. Yes, for about a minute, and then that's when you can access what? Free Wi-Fi. And those are things which can be done. But they can only be done if government is working together and collaborating.
Brought
Brought to you by
Uniquely ours. Explore Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Once again, welcome back from Tourism Express. And indeed, free Wi-Fi is essential for boosting tourism in Uganda, since it enables the tourists to share their experiences in real time. And as a result, there is a boosting of smart tourism. Tourism Express is proudly sponsored by Uganda Tourism Board. It is time for the business here on GMU. My name is Joan N. Murungi, and we are kicking off with the product promotional news. Uganda has launched a national Create and Cook with Toke contest to push its banana flour from local kitchens to global shelves in Serbia and Japan. Let's have a look.
Targets professional bakers, pastry chefs and general chefs, putting them through qualifying, semi-final and final rounds built around Toke gluten-free banana flour.
As you come to us here, we are expanding our capacity as well as automating our processes so that we can raise the production value up to 14 tons of dry stuff per day. This, I believe, within 2 years, this will be tenable.
Episodes will run from January to March 2026, with winners crowned at an Apple Grand Finale that also marks 21 years of the Banana Industrialization Initiative. Organizers say that Toke's science-based, slow-digesting starch profile positions it as a healthier alternative for bread, cakes, biscuits and baby foods in Uganda and export markets.
Instead of exporting flour to the foreign markets, why we are doing these competitions to get the innovative products from the best of the best is that we want to have what they call premixes packaged here in Uganda.
By spotlighting chefs as Toke's champions, the contest seeks new recipes and brands that can feed into Uganda's wider food security agenda and value-added exports to markets like Serbia and Japan. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC News.
And the forthcoming national stakeholder consultation in Kampala will converge government, private sector and development partners to review Uganda's MSME policy of 2015 and the national standards and quality policy of 2012, yes. The meeting aligns enterprise and quality policies with Uganda's ambition of a tenfold economic transformation. Let's take a look at this report.
Consultation will examine how micro, small and medium enterprises can better access finance, adopt standards and compete in regional markets such as the Africa Continental Free Trade Area and the East African Community.
Government is usually the biggest business kind of like you can ever do with any entity. Then you're also looking at the fact that access to market, if you're not formal, it's very hard to navigate even to take part of the ESC integration kind of like economy we're looking at.
Panel discussions will focus on lowering the cost of capital, boosting productivity and strengthening certification and export readiness, and embedding decent work and mental health in enterprise growth.
You know, the quality of standards has an issue, or you know their usual challenges, then you should be interested in the policy. If you're a fintech that normally lends money to MSMEs, which is usually it's the fintechs that are lending a lot of money to these MSMEs, and you know what their challenges are, and you feel like the business environment, the policy environment should do something about it, then you should be interested in this review and interested in this, policy.
Another key agenda is launching a good governance guide for quality infrastructure institutions to provide oversight, transparency and service delivery in standards, metrology, accreditation and conformity assessment.
Quality standards and compliance to those qualities at ISO level is also one of the things that the policy is going to highlight. Finally, and one of the most important things is the digitization, which our Commissioner mentioned.
The consultation is expected to produce a roadmap for policy review, partner funding pledges, and a national communique committing stakeholders to co-sign inclusive, demand-driven policies that place MSMEs and quality at the center of Uganda's growth strategy. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC News.
And from the banking sector, Equity Bank has celebrated 17 years of operations, marking the milestone by sponsoring the Equity Narrow Golf Open at Namulonge, the home of golf. The event brought together golfers, partners and community members to participate in a 3-day tournament, highlighting the bank's presence in Uganda. And during the celebrations, the managing director reflected on Equity Bank's journey, growth and impact on financial inclusion, supporting businesses, families and communities. The tournament also provided an opportunity to showcase Namulonge as a key hub for golf development in the country.
Equity has been in existence in Uganda for 17 years, and we've been living our purpose being to transform lives. Equity is founded on the purpose of transformation of lives, is founded on the principle and purpose of giving dignity to the people of Africa through financial inclusion, and also to create opportunities for wealth creation for the people of Africa. 17 years ago, Equity Bank entered Uganda with a bold mission to offer financial services that socially and economically empower Ugandans, every business and every community. We believed then, as strongly as we do today, that every person deserves the opportunity to grow, to thrive, and to live a dignified life.
Our sponsors would like to thank you very much for believing in us and trusting us with the 5th edition of your sponsorship. We don't take it for granted, and we've come up in leaps and bounds. We've come a long way since the inaugural tournament.
18 whole rounds, returning. Let's welcome our chairman.
And in regards to giving back the community, the weekend is often marked by increased public negligence and life-threatening incidents. However, several community groups, including the Motor Car Guys, Rotaract Clubs of Chanja and Ndeje, dedicated their weekend to saving lives through disease vaccination drives, blood donation campaigns, and free HIV/AIDS testing and counseling. Let's have a look at this report.
At Wampeo Grounds, the Motor Car Guys Club organized a multi-million shilling health event that attracted thousands who turned up for medical monitoring and awareness services. Organizers said the event was free to ensure everyone could access life-saving checks.
And according to the day, we have already mobilized and collected approximately 80 units of blood. And we are hoping that by the closure of the day, we'll be having something like 150 or even more, because people are still coming.
The president of the Motor Car Guys urged motorists to take safety precautions while on the road to avoid fatal accidents.
Why we donate blood to the public? We need that blood. In case of anything, you can find that blood in a blood bank. As you save money in a bank, it's the same way you save blood in a blood bank. In case of any time you want that blood, you can find that blood in a blood bank.
Why would you put the pubs and banks, most especially in the hospitals,
we have our grandparents, our mothers, our fathers who have had heart attacks. Those pipes and bangs can lead to his or her death. Please, 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 let's not put the pipes and bangs, most especially in the schools, hospitals. We all know places where we should or we shouldn't put the pipes and bangs.
More than 90 liters of blood were collected, with exceptions for even more in upcoming drives. Meanwhile, Rotaract Club of Chanja and Deje also held a medical outreach in Chanja, enabling urban residents to undergo tests and receive treatment aimed at protecting and defending life.
This whole medical camp was so that we could provide free health care for the people around. The goal of this medical camp isn't just to treat, but also to sensitize the people, so they may walk away with both knowledge about what they have and what they don't have maybe.
The camp featured a series of free services such as cervical cancer, HPV vaccination, and so many others. And we got a very large number of 200 plus people from Chanja, and the impact that we had, that this project is to give free services, because most of these things are really expensive to get. So we're
doing screening for the non-communicable diseases, that is diabetes and hypertension. We also have consultation from our specialist, that is gynecologist. He's with us offering free consultation. We also have genome medical doctor consultation going on.
The weekend initiatives demonstrated how community-led efforts can significantly reduce preventable health risks and promote safer living.
And from our business education updates, Ramoth Junior School's Chijabijo branch showcased learners adapting to Ugandan's new competence-based curriculum. Here is the report.
Today I graduated. I'm going to P1.
The school's nursery pupils presented project work about transport and everyday life skills in that field, demonstrating that learning now goes beyond cramming notes.
As a parent, when you take a child to school, you expect that child to go through the different milestones. And of course, with the change in environment nowadays, graduation is that peak.
Parents said the projects prove that the updated curriculum, which demands hands-on learning across nursery, primary and secondary schools, is beginning to change how children think and solve problems. They are happy to see them graduate.
Parents have been the greatest pillar. They have been our very, very good sponsors. They have invested in us to make this journey successful. I want to appreciate them so much.
Staff highlighted that project work is now a shared responsibility between school and home, with parents guiding research while teachers mentor presentation and creativity. The graduation crowned pupils who are transitioning to the next level with a call for continued involvement as Uganda's education system shifts firmly towards skills, innovation and real-life application.
The rates of the forex as they stood on 28th November 2025 from Bank of Uganda. In starting off with the US dollar, it bought at 3,619.91 and sold at 3,629.91. And by midday, the dollar was buying at 3,626.86 and sold at 3,636.86. Where the US dollar closed in at the buying rate of 3,628.50 and sold at 3,638.50. And the Great British Pound bought at 4,801.59 and sold at 4,814.82. In the euro, bought at 4,204.16 and sold at 4,215.74. And from our neighbors, the Kenyan shilling bought at 27.97 and sold at 28.05. While the Tanzanian shilling bought at 1.47 and sold at the same price of at the same rate of 1.47. And the South African rand bought at 211.42 and sold at 212.00. Now, that was it from the Forex. And to you, our business owners, this December. December has the clarity, the simplicity, and the silence you need for the best fresh start of your life. Do not be demotivated for the losses you have encountered since January. Coming back is the agenda with Julie. My name is Joan N. Murunji. Good morning, Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah yo,
you can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily or use the My MTN app.
Give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine